shrimp and all that fun. Also, I need to move this in the right place. There we go. Back, settings, audio. Seems fine. Enable subtitles, apply. Something in my throat there. Gameplay. Sensitivity, turn that shit way up. Now then. Good for me. I don't play... A lot of people like inverted controls. They're not for me personally. Enable outline focus. Shoot visual guidance. This is fine. Apply. Back. I think we're about ready to get started. At the recording, and let's do this. Trying to sign out my throat there. Actually, what's in their extras here? The park is a psychological thriller set in a secret road. Okay, no, I'll get back to this. I'm not gonna log in there. I can roll with it. Anyways, hey everyone. This is AestheticGamer, and this is The Park. Now, The Park is actually a horror walking simulator spin-off off of a MMO type game, which is known as Secret World. Set in the same universe, based off of one of the stages in the game. I know that. Outside of that, I'm blind, though. I literally just said everything I knew. So as a result, we're just going to click New Game and go straight into it and see what we think. Again, it's a walking simulator type, so let's take a stroll through the park here. See what they have in store. The park is a narrative experience. It's best played in a dark room wearing headphones. Good enough. It deals with subject matter that may be disturbing to some players. During the course of play, the park may manipulate graphics, audio, control settings, and your sanity. This is perfectly normal. It should not be any cause of alarm or psychiatry. And of course, amusing in its own sense, but still though. Let's go.
In my heart and mind, I always return to Atlantic Island Park.
Where's Mr. Bear?
I haven't seen Mr. Bear, Calum. Stay in the car. I'll go and ask information.
Apparently immediately. Well, this is a place. My boy's in the car. He's doing his little boy things. That's always fun. And that's probably an entranceway into the park. Now again, this is a walking simulator. We actually cannot run right now, which is notable. Can we see ourselves in the puddle? No, we cannot. Now then. The cars have no license plates. I'm in a dream. I'm obviously supposed to go over there, but being me, I'm going to be a fool and search over here first. So we're going to take a nice, pleasant stroll through what is probably going to be a horror experience, and we're going to lose our son. I bet we're going to lose our son. We leave him alone in the car, and then, you know what's going to happen? He's going to be whisked away, spirited away to the park location, or whatever happens to him. The crow here seems excited by our presence. To be frank, though, I don't see anything of importance or use. Let's curse those things on the stones. Nah, those are just probably... It's probably literally just dirt, but I'm going to look anyway. It is literally just dirt. That is literally what it was. I came over here to look at dirt. Was it worthy dirt? It was okay dirt. It wasn't bad dirt. But, you know, it's its own form of enjoyment. Read note. Oh, there was actually a note over here. Okay, sure, I'll read.
Kids, you gotta admire their imagination.
A kid from the academy told me the story, so don't blame me if it sounds silly. He might have been poking fun at poor Tommy, or poor Townie, but I'm writing this down because the league needs to know. William D. Someone is living in Atlantic Insignia Park. At night, you can see him there. Tall and thin and ragged. A man in a suit who seems to disappear whenever he moved into the shadows. 7 of the kids from Innsmouth Academy snuck into the park over the fence one night. They... What? They went something again among the rides. The closed stalls, they could feel someone watching them. When they went to leave, there was only 6 of them. The weirdest thing, though, is that when they got back to the academy, none of the adults noticed that there was a kid missing. It was like the adults had their memories erased, that the missing kid and everything about them was just gone. The kids at the academy tried to remember. They call the man in the ragged suit the boogeyman, and they say to be careful because if he gets you, the whole world may just forget about you. So, a boogeyman who will, kids in their imaginations, who will make, abduct somebody and everybody will forget they even existed type of setup. Sure. Is it a fate worse than death? Well, that's up to you. Do the kids die and then be forgotten? Yeah, sure. I'll say that's a fate worse than death, because then it's death plus something. But would you rather die, or would you rather be forgotten? That is an important question. It's forgotten by everybody. It's an interesting thought. Personally, I would choose to be forgotten. You can always start anew.
The park is now closed. Please make your way to the car park at your earliest convenience. Employees prepare the park for shutdown.
Interact with the world. Okay. Atlantic Island Park. Works well enough for me. Yeah, I can't go through the gates, so let's just see. I don't know why we just don't go back in there. Oh, there's somebody here, actually.
What?
Hey, Lorraine. Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath. Think about the last place you saw your son's teddy bear. Hey, stop! I think your boy just ran into the park. I'll unlock the gates for you.
My boy just ran into the park. This man seems a bit too, oh yes, I'm a nice guy, if you know what I mean. Press this to shout out to Calum. Shouting provides audible and visual clues to guide you.
Calum, I told you to wait in the car.
This way, Mommy.
Okay, and now we've entered the park. Can we leave?
Wait for Mommy, Calum.
Come on, Mommy.
What, Calum? What are you even trying to do? Why is George Washington not really here? Welcome to Atlantic Island Park.
Calum, where are you going?
Come on, this way.
I'm gonna read this flyer first. Atlantic Island Park. Welcome to Atlantic Island Park. When I first came to visit Southern Island, I fell deeply in love with its natural beauty. It's a scent place, or it's a scenic place, and I created many of my best memories here. I wanted to create a place that captures the essence of Solomon Island, so I made an amusement park with a giant squirrel mascot. Now then. A place for families and their children to create memories of their own. Let's see, it's really, because I can't zoom in or anything, it's like I have to lean into the screen a little bit for some of the words. I invite you to explore the park that we have created, from the Ferris wheel which rivals the local lighthouse with the best view of the area, to the sideshow alley where we have many fascinating games and objects from the local area to explore. Enjoy, Nathaniel Winter. Chad the Chipmunk recommends, for the little ones, try the Tunnel of Tales for a gentle, family-friendly retelling of timeless fairy tales. If that sounds a little too slow, grab an adult and jump on the bumper cars. Full throttle fun for everyone. for the teens. Pump up your adrenaline by going through Spin Cycle on the Octotron, then defy the laws of gravity on our award-winning roller coaster. Finish it all up in the House of Horrors, but be warned, it might scare all the fun out of you. For the big ones, take a romantic spin on the Ferris wheel with your significant other and take them the natural beauty of Solomon Island. Follow it up with a stroll to the exotic sights and wild games of the Sideshow Alley. There truly is something for everybody at the Atlantic Island Park. Once you've led Atlantic Island Park, there is still so much to do on Solomon Island. Present this brochure to our local business partners to save big money. Dosh, grab it all you can, lads. Place to eat, Sunshine Deli. Whether a flight or a light snack or something more substantial, the Sunshine Deli can find a way to satisfy your craving. 555-1743. Susie's Diner. Laid back dining in the heart of Keensmouth. Susie is the place to go to meet the friendly locals and sample her famous canned preserves. Yes, it's preserves there. The Lobster Trap. When in Maine, eat lobster. Are we in Maine? The Lobster Lobster Trap has the freshest, finest seafood that exists. Reservations are recommended. Places to sleep, Overlook Motel. Run by Eddie Stone, the Overlook Motel has the best beds on the island for the most reasonable prices, and the best part is that the motel is located just a few hundred meters on the road from the Atlantic Island Park. Jack and Wendy's Bed and Breakfast. For those who prefer a more intimate setting, Jacob and Wendy have several beds available. They are very popular during the season, so call early to avoid disappointment. Bingo! Alright. Read all that. A giant back of the head of a sun is looking at us. Let's ride the escalator. I'm riding it.
There's something special about the entrance to an amusement park. A line drawn between the real world and the world of whimsy within. On this side, the apathy of our everyday lives. And on the other, anything we might dare to dream. It's no wonder Calum ran back inside. I wouldn't want to leave either.
Attention employees, the park is now closed. Have a safe journey home.
Calum, I told you to wait in the car.
Well, on escalator. Well, we've made it.
Oh God. The park. What happened here?
And entering inside its nightmare otherworld area. It's a secret world after all. I mean, what? We can't jump, but we can in fact run, so that's good. Let's see. I don't think we have. I think we have unlimited sprinting.
It's easy
actually.
to get lost here.
Atlantic Island Park.
Wait for mommy!
I can still yell.
Stop, Calum!
All right. We have the Ferris wheel, evidently that thing off in the distance. In between there, we have the Octotron, which would be to the left of us then. We have the bumper cars, which should be over there. We have a roller coaster somewhere that direction. We have, in front of us, the Haunted House of Horrors. I was kind of hoping that we could save that for last. We're actually right here. There's the entrance. We're in the side view alley. The Haunted House of Horrors should be right there then. And then to the left of us is the Tunnel of Tales, which is that way. Okay. Well, let's take a solid look about. I don't have a flashlight or anything, so... There's something making a sound, and I don't think it's me. We can kind of peek in, but we'd be a lot better...
Can't catch me.
Calum, come back here right now!
He's gonna go inside the haunted house, isn't he? No, he ran right by it. Huh. What if I just go the opposite way? I'm guessing I have a way which I'm going to be going towards, but yeah, let me write this. Home, home on the range. Let's take a moment to look around every place. And these signs update to tell me where we are. Oh, there's one thing I missed. The Sideshow Alley. Honestly, this is a pretty small amusement park by my standards. It's probably solid. Why is there a teddy bear inside the trash can? I'm assuming that this area, yep, is locked. You can hear music over there. But it's straight up locked. No entrance to the Sideshow Alley yet. Well, no time like the present to go forward then. I'm assuming I can't just enter inside this really dark, ominous building. A shame too, I like dark, ominous buildings. But I would probably need a light source to even see inside there. So, the haunted house. If we don't go in there, I'll be very disappointed. Rushling into the Russell Sprouts. Huh. Breathing, I don't think it's me. Carrie Killian is Satan's whore. Well, that's fun. The haunted house. There's actually a glowing thing right there, which I'm going to pick up. Is it my light source? No, it's just a light source. It highlights the haunted house. They even had all the bats and stuff prepared at night just for me. If I just skip over the haunted house, can I continue going? It looks like I can just continue going. But I don't want to skip the haunted house. Why would I want to skip the haunted house, really? Please tell me we can go inside.
Too dark. I'm not going in there without a flashlight.
So we will get a flashlight eventually. Good to know. So I'm actually happy the haunted house isn't first, though. I'd like that to be saved till a bit later. Not the last thing, but not the first thing either. I don't know, have you guys ever preferred a certain order for things? Not to say like there's a specific list you need to go by, but you like to save certain things till a bit further along. Or make the first thing you want to do. It's not like it matters if it goes by or not. Examine shoe.
I think this belongs to Calum.
But just preference. To escalate things, maybe. Examine plaque. He's a very excitable squirrel.
Chad the Chipmunk, huh? Just a drunk guy in a suit.
Why do you assume that all manimal mascots are drunk? Chad the Chipmunk welcomes you to Atlantic Island Park. Chad can be seen in daily ice sculpture shows in the following locations. Why does he have daily ice sculpture shows even? 11 a.m. Sideshow Alley. 1 p.m. the Octotron. 3 p.m. Park entrance. Chad the Chipmunk, worst in class. Chad can't even seem to pass. Chad gets angry, likes to fight. Chad's beaten every night. Chad will have a dead-end job. Chad will die a useless slob. Huh. Here's a little sideshow restroom. Can't enter, but, you know, it's there. It's an option. I'm going to read you to
What's
them.
this?
You tell me. That's incredibly small handwriting. Why isn't there a way to be able to zoom in on these notes? I'm going to try and read this, though. Purchase the land of Solomon Island. Let's see. Boy or toy penance? I might add. Whatever old Archie Henderson did to the locals, just the mention of his name had people slamming doors and locking shutters. From the moment I arrived on the island, the lawyers had arranged everything in advance. But the reactor still had to come and deliver the keys to me personally. That doesn't make any sense. But someone had to deliver them to me. He took it upon himself to offer me another warning. I don't know what you're planning to do with this land, Mr. Winter, but the soil here is bitter with a curse, carried from the old country. Alright. Something. Adam Henderson. He did terrible, dark things. The land remembers, sir. I dismissed him shortly afterwards, mostly amused by his pathetic attempts at warning me off. I have a great vision for this place, and the will to see that vision through to the very end. Atlantic Island Park. The name is perfect, and I cannot imagine it being anything else. This is the start of something amazing. Okay. Great whispers going on there also. They really need a zoom in option. If there is an array one, and I just haven't figured it out. Well, I guess we're gonna start off with a sideshow view. It's like a boat ride. Oh, it's like a boat ride. Giggle, 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 says somebody there. Yep, we're gonna enter in with a tunnel of tales. Seems fun. There's a pathway over here too. I kind of hope that we get to ride all the rides. If we don't, it'll end in bitter disappointment.
Calum, stay where you are. Don't hide from me, Calum.
Come on, Mommy.
Don't hide from me, Calum. I'll find you. I'm going in. Let's go. Ride the boat. Quack. How do we suspect we're going to catch up with our son in this method? And why wouldn't they remove the broken duck thing? I mean, that's nice scenery, but also makes me a little bit concerned. Like, what if this one breaks down while I'm on it? We will have to ride all the rides. There's no way I'm not riding all the rides. I didn't pay for my ticket. I'm here for everything. Even though these type of rides are never particularly my favorites, but whatever the case. They can have nice scenery, though. That's the whole point of them.
Near a great forest, there lived a poor woodcutter, his wife and his 2 children. A boy named Hansel and a girl named Gretel.
I've had surprising
They were
exposure to
very
them
poor
recently.
and had very little to bite or sup.
Huh.
What will become of us? The woodcutter asked his wife one night. I tell you what, husband, we will take the children into the thickest part of the forest tomorrow and abandon them there. No, my wife, I cannot do that, said the man. Then we will all 4 starve, you fool.
You guys, they really don't give a
Hansel
fuck
and
with their
Gretel
children.
overheard their parents talking, and Gretel began to weep. Do not fret, Gretel, Hansel said. He crept out of the hut and gathered white stones from the ground to fill his pockets. The next morning, the woodcutter leads the children into the forest.
Yes.
Before they leave, their mother gives them a slice of bread and warns them that they will get no more food that day. Clever Hansel leaves a trail of white stones behind them as they pass into the woods. When their father leaves them, the children wait a while, then follow the trail back to their parents' house. After receiving a thorough scolding from their parents for getting lost in the woods, the children are sent to bed without any supper. Hansel tried to sneak out and collect more white stones, but found that the door was locked. Tomorrow I will take them into the woods myself, the wife told the woodcutter.
Yeah.
In the morning, their mother gave them a slice of bread and led them deep into the forest once again.
Calum, where did you go?
Hansel broke his bread into pieces and left a trail of breadcrumbs to lead them safely home. But hungry-eyed birds snatched up the breadcrumbs and his trail was destroyed. Abandoned by their parents and unable to find the trail home, the children wandered in the forest for 3 days.
What do you think went through the mind of the person who made Hansel and Gretel?
The children stumbled into a clearing with an exceedingly strange house. Its walls were made of gingerbread, and its windows were panes of clear sugar.
Don't enter the house, just eat it.
Hansel, desperately hungry, ran forward and began to nibble.
Don't even nibble on it, just devour. Eat it all.
Nibble, nibble, little mouse. Who's nibbling at my house?
Her house is made out of candy, she might be eat
The
her.
woman emerged from the house, sniffing the air and peering around with cloudy eyes. Oh, you dear children, who brought you here? Just come in and stay with me. No harm will come to you.
Question your life
Hansel and Gretel
choices.
stayed back, for the old woman reminded them of their cruel mother. Come, children, don't be afraid. I have something for you. The old woman offered them 2 enormous lollipops. The children took them and began to eat. You see, nothing to fear here. Come inside, the old woman urged, and the children, still licking their sweets, followed. Once inside the house, the old woman changed. She stuffed Hansel into a cage and put Gretel to work, sweeping and cleaning her hut. Your brother will make a good mouthful, the old witch told Gretel. Once he is fattened up, I shall feast upon him.
I mean, it's how the story
Time
goes.
passed, and poor Hansel refused to eat,
We're almost out, though.
fearing the day that the witch would eat him. The witch, for her part, grew impatient. Today, I will cook and eat your brother, Gretel. Climb inside and light the oven. But Gretel pretended not to understand. I do not know how. Where is the opening? Fool, the old witch said. The opening is here. And she moved to show Gretel. Seizing her courage, brave Gretel gave the witch a shove, and the old crone tumbled forward into the oven. Gretel slid a large iron bolt over the door to the oven. Gretel freed her brother Hansel, and together they lit a fire beneath the oven. And though she screamed and begged, the children sat by the oven until her screams had stilled, and the witch was cooked.
And then they ate her!
And then, because even children can't survive on sweets,
They eat the
they
witch.
divided up the body of
Yes!
the witch and ate her.
That's the ending I was waiting for. I like the liberties that they took on the story. Much better ending. Hey, don't have a goose about this. That's what I thought, Goose. You and I can't be on similar terms here. I know we just listened to Hansel and Gretel together, and I know that my dreams came true with that story, but you don't need to look at me about that. You can't drudge me, Goose. I was attacked by a swarming geese when I was young. True story, I was afraid of big animals for a while. I've had to tell that story a few times recently, actually. Just things that come up that are related. Swans, gingerbread men, and chocolate. Well, yeah. I'm not going to write that one again, but interesting, interesting. I am going to change one thing because this message popped up and I wanted to get rid of it.